So, okay, why do I hear from a lot of dudes in the fitness industry, they like to actually, cannabis or like weed before they work out. And now you're talking to me about like psychedelics. What is it about that helps you
And
with
I've
working
liked
out?
smoking cannabis before I work out.
Talk to me about this, right? How did you then transition we're talking fitness and we're talking apparel to now you're doing stuff like, I'm actually really excited about this
for sure.
with psychedelics and the cannabis industry. Where did that come from?
So the cannabis industry, I had a CBD/cannabis company with a partner. And that was a company we started a couple years ago.
Okay.
I'm not currently part of it.
Got it.
Basically bought out of it, but it was a company to start just because for me, I'm interested in like with the psychedelics that I'm starting to get into now is I'm interested in things that are from the earth, healing abilities and things that take place of pharmaceuticals. Because I really, these pharmaceutical companies are horrible. The effects on your body are horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm very much into health and fitness and eating right and taking care of your body. And this kind of goes into it. Like we all have things we deal with, but if you need something to deal with them, pick something natural.
Yeah.
Not some pills and shit like that. It's because you take this to help with this and you have these 5 other side effects from it. The pharmaceutical industry is horrible. Like they make money off keeping you sick.
Yes. So I want to ask you about this then, because you're obviously in the industry, because when we talk about pharmaceuticals, right? Really, if you look at the timeline of pharmaceuticals and how things kind of came about on mass production scale, we really started happening. I mean, you kind of saw the 1970s, 1980s, but really the 90s and early 2000s, you see mass production, like a tons of money coming into these pharmaceutical companies, right?
Yep.
And we're talking about just printing, like honestly, printing pills.
Yeah.
Like these, like just constantly pumping out pills, right? Constantly just, what's the word is when it's not natural, when it's I forgot the word. When it's just basically fake, right?
Synthesized.
That's it. Synthesized. Thank you. Yeah, synthesized.
Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing now though is this movement the other way. And I think we can credit Joe Rogan for that. No, just kidding. This movement the other way back to actually everything natural and why natural is so important.
100%.
And we're talking even like cannabis.
Yeah.
We're talking about, like mushrooms. We're talking about, kombucha sometimes. Like we're talking about natural remedies and how our bodies are supposed to be.
Yeah.
So what got you into like researching that, understanding more about that?
Well, just with the psychedelics, like I told you, it's something that's more recent for me. And I got people like Joe Rogan talking about it and I, obviously doing what we do, we're around a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of successful people. And I kept hearing it. It kept coming up in conversations. And even from like people that I wouldn't expect, you see people and they seem kind of like square and proper and shit like that, which I'm definitely not. Yeah. But like you see that. And then all of a sudden he talks about how successful they are. And then they talk about how they microdose. And I'm like, I hear little things here and there. And I'm like, what is this? What's going on? And I'm like, with anything, I do my own research. I teach myself. That's kind of my MO. Yeah. So I started researching it, researching Google and stuff like that. And just seeing the benefits and the articles and what's going on and how the industry is going. And I'm like, wow, I want to try this, And so for the last 4 months, I've been microdosing every day. And it's like I said, it's impacted me. It's very subtle. It's hard to explain unless you actually do it. But there's a big list of benefits. Yeah. I'll read them off. Let me read them off. I'll show you on my phone. So I don't have a memorized.
While you're pulling that up, people don't understand. Like you just showed it to me. Like, and I think we had this conversation. Like you got like these chocolates that are coming out, like ways to actually like consume it on like a easy base. Like it's nothing like crazy.
No, it's nothing crazy. You're not eating raw mushroom. It's all dose and it's nice and it's convenient. And
it looks dope.
And it's honestly, it's like cannabis was 8 to 10 years ago. And it's the industry that's moving forward. It's legal in certain places. Yeah. It's even funny because in my state of California, it's legal not in the whole state, but in certain counties. It's just weird how they do it.
That's fascinating.
It's weird how they do it.
And what's so fascinating is like, why is it so hard to like legalize this stuff? Like even with cannabis, what's the pushback on this? I just really want to understand
why.
I do know why. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like this pushback.
The same reason we've been dealing with this bullshit for the last couple of years.
Right. Yeah.
So here's a list of benefits from microdosing. And here's the thing. A lot of people I talk to, they're kind of like, they're unsure. They think of like the trip. Like if you take a bunch, yes, you have those mind-altering moments and those big trips, which I've never done.
Which I think that's the same with Xanax. I think that's the same with Percocets. Yeah. That's the same with alcohol. You take a lot of alcohol, man, you're in a different universe, bro. So it's the same thing with anything. Like like everything has to be taken. Dude, you drink too much of that shit,
Oh.
the caffeine, you're fucked.
You're gonna have a heart attack.
You know, my wife almost had like a stroke because before I met her because she didn't eat anything for 2 days. She was working her ass off and was just living off of Monsters and Rock Stars. Drank 3 a day, went to the hospital because that's how dangerous that shit is in caffeine. So no shit. If you take too much, it's gonna go wild.
In excess, anything.
Exactly.
I mean, you drink a bottle of alcohol, look what happens.
Yeah, you get fucked.
Anything.
So so you're talking about microdosing.
Microdosing.
Keeping it on the small level. Okay, gotcha.
So here's a list of benefits, basically. I'm going to read down this list, and I want you guys to listen to this and see if any of this resonates with you and anything that you think you could use help with. So list of benefits for microdosing mushrooms. Improved focus, concentration, and mindfulness. Improved energy, wakefulness, and stimulation. Cognitive benefits such as enhanced problem solving, social benefits, reduced anxiety, creativity, reduced symptoms such as stress, improved mood, optimism, and life appreciation, improved body function, self-efficiency, including improved ambition, productivity, and motivation. So it's just crazy, that list. You hear that list, it's stuff that like, I feel like you and I and people in our level, we're already like at a higher level of that kind of stuff. A lot of people need help with that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
People like us, we're already kind of got that on a different level than most people. But can you imagine people like us taking that even to another little clip?
Yeah. Enhanced creativity. Dude, I'm thinking about the creativity, right?
Which I need help with because I'm not a creative person.
Well, yeah, you are. Come on, give yourself some credit, bro. To figure that shit out.
I'm a workhorse, man. I'm a workhorse.
Hey, dude, but like, workhorse who can figure out Google. So, okay, why do I hear from a lot of dudes in the fitness industry, they like to actually, cannabis or like weed before they work out. And now you're talking to me about like psychedelics. What is it about that helps you?
And I've liked smoking cannabis before I work out.
Walk me through that, Dan. What is that about like smoking weed before a workout or even psychedelics before a workout? Why does that help?
It's just, because with fitness, the mind to muscle connection.
Yes, right.
And it really hones you into that. And you really focus and feel your body and it really connects.
Yeah.
And that's, you see really successful bodybuilders talking about it, and the better you are at that, the more results you get, as opposed to just going in there and slinging around weight. And I don't know, have you ever smoked before? Do you smoke?
Yeah.
So have you smoked before you worked out?
No, I've never done before.
You've never done that?
No, never. That's what I'm asking. Okay, I've actually never smoked before a workout.
Like I said, I'm going to send you some of those microchips.
Yeah.
I want you to start taking them, see what you think regardless, but try one before you work out. And I promise you're gonna hit me up and be like, it's amazing.
That is such a good name.
Yeah.
Dude, you just said that. I'm like, that is such a good branding name. I'm gonna send you some microchips.
Yeah.
I love that. Because like what's fascinating, like it reconnects neural pathways in the brain. And you're talking about the creativity, the focus. Yeah. So, because like what people understand about the brain, like the brain is firing out how many neurons, per second or whatever, but those neurons die.
And it just makes you feel good. It's almost like that sense of, and the best way to explain it is, like we all have our great days and we have our shitty days. We control our hustle and heart when we wake up. We control our attitude. And I know for us, for the most part, we get out of bed on the right foot. But still, there's days, honestly, when we're not. Like everyone, we're human. Yeah. But I feel like, those days when like everything's going right and you're like, fuck, it's clicking, boom, boom, boom. You're in a good mood. You're like, damn, this is a fucking amazing day. Like everything's going your way.
Right, yeah.
I feel like the best way to explain it is like that sense of well-being and that feeling. It's like it's more of that consistently for some reason.
Interesting.
And it's all in your head, right?
That's fascinating.
And it's hard to explain unless you actually experience it. But I noticed that with it too, So it's just, and I've never taken Adderall. Okay.
Really?
I've never taken Adderall, but people have.
That's fascinating you say that if you come from a sales background. Because in sales, it's crack cocaine and Adderall. All the salesmen I know
around me, coked out. A lot of people taking coke and Adderall. I've never been into that ever.
Me neither.
But
me neither. I don't want to get on that.
People have said it reminds them sometimes of Adderall, almost like it's nature's Adderall, which I don't know how to relate that because I've never fucked with it. And I really don't even know what Adderall does, to tell you the truth.
Dude, so it's one of the, for me, is like, for what I understand, Adderall is one or the other. You already have too much energy, like your ADHD, so you take Adderall to calm you down, or you don't have ADHD and you take Adderall to just go fuck, and like just gets you like wired. Okay.
So that's what people have said too. So
maybe all you Adderall junkies can tell me if I'm wrong, but
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. But I know in the sales industry it's massive, right?